Well, folks, before the break, we were talking about Hillary Clinton's struggle with millennial voters. And Hillary's not alone. Younger voters are shunning the two major political parties on a scale not seen since Ross Perot's third-party bid for the presidency in 1992. It's true, back then, young people loved Ross Perot. But remember, in '92, he was still in New Kids on the Block. He was the fiscally responsible one. This election cycle, for any millennials disenchanted with Clinton and Trump, there's also libertarian candidate and aging clown without makeup, Gary Johnson. Some Johnson fans here tonight? Then you're gonna like the next 7 minutes. Johnson is the former governor of New Mexico, whose platform includes a variety of small government policies, but the only one you care about is he wants to legalize marijuana. Now, it actually says in the script here, audience screams. Now, libertarians have long been waiting for a smart, respectable candidate to represent their values, and the wait continues. Because Gary Johnson says some crazy-ass stuff. Like last week when he made this case for his inclusion in the presidential debates.
And do you think, if you were able to get on the debate stage, that you could pull even with Trump and Clinton in these polls?
I do. And it wouldn't have anything to do with my debate performance either. It would just be that people would recognize that there's another choice and that there would be an examination of me and Bill Weld as who we are and what we've done, and not based on that.
I think I could stand up there for the whole debate and not say anything, and I'm really as a leader.
Wow. I think that park bench is where Gary Johnson lives. And it doesn't get much better when you can understand him. For example, take his position on climate change as he explained back in 2011.
Climate change. I think the world is getting warmer. I think that it's man-caused. We should be building new coal-fired plants. I mean, the long-term view, should we take the long-term view when it comes to global warming? I think that we should. And the long-term view is that in billions of years, the sun is going to actually grow and encompass the Earth, right? So global warming is in our future.
That's the same excuse I use around the house. Sorry, honey, I would take out the trash, but in a couple of billion years, the sun's going to engulf the Earth, so what's the point? Just a few days ago, Johnson clarified his position, saying that his long-term solution to global warming is that we do have to inhabit other planets. I believe Gary Johnson already does. Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson seems like a bit of a masochist, and not just the biting his tongue part, because according to The Economist, he once shut himself inside a freezer to prove he could withstand the cold, and he clamped an alligator clip onto his tongue to show he could withstand pain, which means if he does not win the presidency, he's still got a good shot to be in the next Jackass movie. He didn't. Good movie. Really good movie. He didn't help his chances earlier this month on MSNBC's The Coffee Joe Morning Show when Coffee Joe Barnacle asked him his position on the epicenter of the Syrian refugee crisis, Aleppo.
What would you do if you were elected about Aleppo?
About?
Aleppo.
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
Yes. Obviously, he's just kidding. It's a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? 400,000 refugees. No surprise Johnson is polling at nearly 37% among military service members, because if the president doesn't know about Syria, there's no way he's sending you there. And just last night, Yay. I think we just applauded for ignorance. Yay! What are we applauding for? We don't know. And I'm with you, my friends. And just last night, Johnson made another gaffe at an MSNBC town hall.
Who's your favorite foreign leader?
Who's my favorite?
Just name anywhere in the country, any one of the continents, any country. Name one foreign leader that you respect and look up to. Anybody. You got to do this. Anywhere, any continent. Canada, Mexico, Europe, over there, Asia, South America, Africa. Name a foreign leader that you respect.
I guess I'm having an Aleppo moment.
Yes, that is clearly an Aleppo moment, because bombing that bad should be a war crime. Eventually, Johnson was bailed out by his running mate, former Massachusetts governor and guy who'll be played in the Showtime miniseries By a Wheel of Cheese, William Weld.
Anybody in the world you like. Anybody. Pick any leader.
The former president of Mexico.
Which one?
I'm having a brain.
Well, name anybody.
Zedillo. Fox.
Okay, who's your favorite foreign leader? Get him off the hook. Name a foreign leader.
Fox. Fox. That's it. Mexican president Megan Fox. Obviously, Gary Johnson's ignorance, crazy ideas, and strange tongue exercises make him the most laughable candidate out there, or it should. But things might be looking up for Gary Johnson, because it was just announced that former Nickelodeon star Melissa Joan Hart has been named chair of his Connecticut campaign. That's right, Clarissa. It's perfect, because he could really use someone to explain it all to him. The point is, he's staying in the race despite 538 giving him a less than 0.1% chance of winning in November. So voting for Johnson might be throwing your vote away, but come on. In billions of years, the sun is going to swallow the earth anyway. We'll be right back with Morgan Freeman.